Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
We're here with Coach Keith King. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing terrific. It really was a very interesting week of trading, and Friday certainly gave traders an absolutely dream scenario for great profits in all of the different products.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was a crazy move. And not to mention the Super Bowl coming up this weekend, so I know you're a happy guy right now.
Yes, I'm a big minority as far as that goes because I don't think there are too many people around the country that want to see another victory by the juggernaut that has become the New England Patriots. But I was a season ticket holder years ago, Cam, when we had about 5 or 6 thousand people in the stands, and we were going 2-14 and 1-15, and nobody hated us then. And I think it's kind of better that you're hated because it means you're successful.
I understand that completely. Let's dive right into this. So your expectations with the U.S. dollar for this upcoming week, what are you looking for?
Well, what I'm looking for, Cam, is that we are finally, I think, at a point where it's even becoming obvious to the present administration that they shouldn't be talking the dollar down much further because that does lead to, of course, inflation. We're seeing a pickup in that already. And it leads to, of course, larger trade imbalances and bigger budget deficits. Not to mention that in every financial crisis, going back to the crash of 87, the mini crash of 89, obviously the bear market 2000 to 2002, and especially the crash of 2008. Not that we're there yet, but there was a huge surge into the dollar. It's considered a flight to safety. So the government and cabinet members have been talking down the dollar. I saw a very interesting interview with Gary Cohn, who's the chief economic advisor to Trump, and he actually did finally come out and say, look, we realize a weaker dollar does not help the United States of America. He said, we're going to let market forces run their course, but we do realize that we benefit from a stronger dollar. So I think we might see a bit of a bounce in the dollar. As far as the market goes, I'm not saying we're at a crash of 2008. I'm just saying that the expectations are now that inflation's picking up. We'll need to raise rates much more aggressively, and that just makes fixed income more of a competition versus equities. So, I know that's covered by somebody else, of course, in the stock and options reports, but I think we'll finally see a little bit of strengthening in the dollar going forward after a year plus of just having it battered lower.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anything else you're looking forward to this week as you're making your trading game plan?
Well, a couple of things. We actually get to see three separate central banks coming out with their interest rate and monetary policy statements. The Reserve Bank of Australia, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, and the Bank of England, plus a speech by a central bank head that I really do admire, Mario Draghi of the European Central Bank. So we're going to have ample opportunities to trade various currencies, including those four, certainly with the European Central Bank meeting going on, the euro, the New Zealand dollar, if people care, the Australian dollar, and the Great British pound. And it just seems like those nations are kind of now leaning in the direction of not raising interest rates in any capacity. Therefore, that will finally maybe make investors realize that the U.S. dollar, which has had 5 interest rate hikes in about a 2-year period, might be a better alternative than they had thought over the past year.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got an incredible Forex report for you. Last thing before I let you go, The Godfather. What's the Super Bowl prediction? What's the final score?
Well, one thing about New England, we're successful in winning Super Bowls, but they are never by a very wide margin. So I think the final score is going to be in the range of about a 27-24 closely fought battle. And Cam, do you have a preference as to which team's 27, which team is 24?
I just want good game and good food. That's all.
Okay, count on that. That's
All
always
right.
part of it.
All right. Thank you, Coach King.